Right. So this is a little more impromptu in terms of videos lately. Um, Last thing I had ended up saying to you all was that I was done with modding, taking a break from all that kind of stuff. Which is true. I mean, if you haven't seen that, go look at it. It's the most recent video before this one. So, shouldn't be hard to find at this time at least. This is just a sit down, face to face with people, just to kind of like let you know that there are things happening, and I have plans for content and stuff to kind of continue on going forward. Basically what that's going to look like as of right now is a lot of stream stuff and then stream highlight type stuff or edits of those clips from doing stream stuff, because that's just honestly a lot easier for me time constraint wise, to sit down, stream, have fun doing that with people that are there live, and then that's also stuff recorded for going back and doing editing and that kind of stuff all at one time. So that'll kind of be the game plan going forward. The first and main thing that I have to figure out is getting that all set up in our new place. This is probably the last video you'll see of me before we are in our new place. Me and my wife and my son are working on moving into an apartment that's here in the same town that I'm currently living in, but the process of moving all of our stuff, getting new internet plans set up there and all that kind of stuff all still kind of has to fall in line for me to continue making stuff and streaming and whatnot. So the content stuff wise that I'm kind of hoping to do as far as streaming and whatnot is going to be a lot more laid back. I leaned really hard into the Souls genre kind of as a whole with the channel and streaming and all that kind of stuff. And while those games and those series like are kind of like the crux of what I really enjoy doing content wise, and like even just like my free time, like I always every single year I play through like every Souls game with the exception of Bloodborne. Sometimes I don't come back to Bloodborne just because that's a PlayStation exclusive, and making that happen is a pain sometimes. You get the idea. I pretty much play through every game every year, most of the time, several times in that year, and it just kind of comes in waves for me. And then other times there are waves where I play other games. Kind of tried to keep content and streaming and that kind of stuff more or less related to just Souls stuff, and that limits me in terms of doing content and that kind of stuff, because if I'm really just not in the mood to do Souls stuff, I end up having to force myself to do it because I feel like that's what I have to play to stream or record stuff, and then it's not enjoyable for me and I get burnt out, or I just straight up don't do it because I'm playing something else at the time. Like right now I'm playing Destiny 2 a ton because I'm a huge loser. But if I want to just do content and stuff, I'm really gonna start leaning into the idea of just whatever I'm doing and having fun with at the time, I want to just create with that with you guys, because I made doing content a chore for myself prior to. I was so invested in these modding videos are the few things that get me traction, so I'm going to just do that, and that's it. And that's just like, I don't want to pigeonhole myself into one thing and then burn out from it and then not enjoy it anymore, and then feel like I can only play one game, because if I'm not playing that one game then I get rusty, and then it's not as enjoyable for people to watch because I'm now rusty and I'm bad at it because I'm not keeping up on it. So all I can play is Elden Ring or Dark Souls, instead of the other games with like my friends and stuff like that. And so it's like, you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna do content, and I'm gonna try to lean into learning how to edit better and more and do the stuff that I want to do with that. And then in doing that, I'm hopeful that my enjoyment of modding and that scene of things will kind of refresh for me a little bit, just because it won't feel like a chore as much as a fun hobby that I was doing, because I completely destroyed it as a hobby for myself. So that's part of moving away from it for right now. Moving forward with stuff, you can expect that I will be making content and I will be putting stuff out in some fashion. The tentative goal right now at this time would be to try and do one thing a week, whether it's a video, whether it's a stream, whether it's it really would be either or, but you get what I'm saying. It's to try and do something once per week after I'm moved in to the new place. I will likely make a video about that whole process because that's fun for me, and I'm really just kind of trying to lean into doing what's fun. So if you're around for that ride, that's awesome. That's super cool. If this is the very first video that you've seen of me and for some reason you watched all the way through to this specific point, good for you. It's a bit strange because you have no idea who I am and you don't have any personal investment in me in any way, shape, or form, but good for you. I appreciate it. Consider subscribing. You want to do that kind of thing? If you don't want to do that kind of thing, still don't know why you're here. If you're interested in that kind of stuff though, guys, just leave a like on the video. That will pretty much go the farthest for me. If you leave a like or you comment saying like, do what you want to do, that sounds fun, want to see you enjoy that stuff, just tell me, lift my spirits up, lift it up, lift it up. And I'll think about you when I'm in the shower.